If I could only share one piece of information with humanity, this would be I would teach the humanity where the diaphragm is, what is responsible for, and how to actually release it. What are the consequences of having your diaphragm very, very, very tight? In this video, I would love to explain a couple of things about this magical muscle that you have right below your rib cage. First thing, right in the middle of your body and right in the middle of your diaphragm, which is under your rib cage. This is a pathway of the vagus nerve. This is the main nervous system regulator, the biggest nerve that connects your brain with the whole body experience, with your arms, your legs, your organs, your diaphragm, of course, your stomach. So every pain, every emotion, it is the responsibility of vagus nerve. And somatic exercises or 100 million of reels that you watch about nervous system regulation is beautiful. But nobody talks about diaphragm and how it squeezes literally your vagus nerve, and the information can circle properly between your brain and your body. So your emotions, the pain impulses, all the information stored is miscommunicated because it's physically tight. And diaphragm is the first muscle that reacts to fear, to danger. Your fight or flight originates from here. So basically, every second person that comes to my sessions, me included, has very, very tight diaphragm. And when it's tight, you don't breathe properly, you hold your breath, you breathe shallowly, only with your abs, with your tummy, with your stomach. But your rib cage doesn't move properly to engage in 360 movement, because like you are supposed to breathe three-dimensionally, not only here, only here. It can expand laterally as well in this direction and this direction. Your lungs have to, they have this ability to expand three-dimensionally. And when your diaphragm is tight, when your rib cage is tight, everything is tight, it can't. So no amount of breathing techniques, breath work will help if your diaphragm is tight. So what can you actually do to release your diaphragm? Well, breathe helps a little because the amount of air that can enter your lungs is there. And if the diaphragm is hard as stone, nothing will change the situation long term. What you can actually do, it's manually, literally, it's in your hands. The solution is in your hands. You can manually massage, you can manually release your diaphragm and therefore your vagus nerve and therefore your liver, even the gallbladder, which is right here on the right, and all the organs that are squeezed tightly under your rib cage, under your diaphragm, can have a proper blood flow. If your diaphragm is hard and stone, it doesn't move. Because the diaphragm, look, the diaphragm is the main muscle that moves, the movement, make the natural massage of your organs and make them work properly. If you have IBS, if you have any liver problems, fatty liver, or just bloating, or if you have panic attacks or anxiety attacks, this is a center. You gotta massage, you gotta squeeze the hell out of your diaphragm to release actually the tension, the feelings, the emotions that your body has put time, years, maybe centuries ago. A lot of trauma is stored here in your diaphragm. And when you first try to touch this area, you may experience even pain or tightness that is quite painful, or like you're like in breath, and you can't touch this area because your body won't be allowing to put your hands under your rib cage, like the last rib you have. It would be too tight to put anything there. But if you start slowly getting in touch with your body, with your diaphragm, and slowly putting your hands on your solar plexus and feel the tension and feel a lot of stored breaths, you breathe in and you never breathe out. It all the fears, all the freeze responses your nervous system had, all the fight or flight, it's stored right here in the solar plexus, your diaphragm on the left, and your diaphragm on the right. And when you release your diaphragm, you will be able to breathe properly. And if you practice diaphragmal breathing, you will notice that it becomes way easier to breathe. You will feel that it's way easier to expand, not only in this direction, but in this as well. So take it as a daily habit. This is the most beautiful habit I got myself to do daily. This is my reset button. Ask my friends. They know if something is not going right or I'm feeling a little anxious or whatever emotions comes visit me, I will be squeezing my diaphragm. Any feelings in my body which is painful emotionally or physically, any tension I have, my my hands will be going there, here. And when you pressure, for example, the area on your right, which is liver, gallbladder, and parts of stomach as well, you will feel a lot of tension, a lot of anger stored in your liver. A lot of healthy aggression may rise. Gallbladder as well, it's our boundaries. If you have any problem in that area, you maybe need to get in touch with your healthy aggression, your healthy boundaries, and maybe saying no. It's all related. The more your boundaries are solid, the more easily you say no, you less people please, and the more you actually release this area and massage it, the better your boundaries become, the better your touch with aggression, with self-worth become. It's beautiful. It's like a two-sided communication. You work on your body, your emotions, and your psychological qualities got better. You work with your psyche, and your body releases this area and proceed living beautifully. And it's not a thing you can do one time and it will be beautiful for the rest of your life. Unfortunately, this is the long-term relationship with your body, because life happens, emotion happens, triggers, past traumas, new experiences, fears, cares, worries, news, whatever. Life go on, and your body will react. And most probably your diaphragm will react as well. This is the first thing that reacts to any kind of danger. If you ever experience the hair loss, for example, instead of starting to get treatments and vitamins and help your scalp right away because you are scared, you're acting on fear, so you're perpetuating the hair loss, and I will explain how it's connected. When you experience the hair loss in the moment, take a mind exercise and try to remember what's happened to you 6 months prior to that. That was your trigger point. Something happened there, some news, some experience, anything. Hair loss moment. 6 months prior to that, your diaphragm reacted to this situation, therefore affected your liver and your gallbladder. And this area is directly correlated to your hair, to your skin, to the quality of your nails. If you notice any inflammation on your skin, if you notice the massive hair loss, bring your attention to your liver, to your gut, to your gallbladder, to the right side under your last rib on the right. And try to remember what happened to you 6 months before. What was the trigger point? And every time you have this kind of jump scare, every time your diaphragm reacts, squeezes, and you stop breathing, it will affect you in the future in 6 months, and you will probably experience the new hair loss. This is how stress is connected to your body and to your nervous system and to your actual health. This is not woo-woo, it's not psychosomatic. It is, because the psyche is connected to soma, body, and it's through literal connection through your vagus nerve and through your diaphragm. It's not magical thinking, it's not some magical information, it's biology, it's anatomy. Really, stress happens, stressful event happens, your diaphragm tightens, it affects your organs beneath, and then 6 months after or right away you have a symptom. This how it works. So yes, this piece of information would be one thing that I would beg humanity to know. It will save a lot of lives, literally, as it saved mine 5 years ago. Love ya.